JJ McCarthy just dropped a bombshell and revealed that he has not yet been given the reins to this team. We're going to be talking about what he said in this interview, as well as the rest of the plan from the Minnesota Vikings, Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, and Kevin O'Connell here in this video. Now, very quickly, before we get into it, be sure to hit the sub button if you haven't already. We know that just over 91% of you guys watching right now are not subscribed to the channel, so be sure to do so if you're looking for all of your Minnesota Vikings news. Me and Griffin will have it right here. Without any further ado, let's get into JJ McCarthy, what he was talking about, what has been going down with him in this interview with FanDuel. McCarthy told FanDuel TV that he has not yet been told that he's QB number one. Now, this is what JJ McCarthy said in response to this idea and not being told that he is taking the reins of this team. And I'm happy they didn't, because I try to earn it every single day, and I never want that to be given to me. McCarthy said, it's such a privilege and opportunity to give me that chance. I'm just going to make the most of it every single day. And this is something that I, first of all, love to hear from JJ McCarthy. And obviously, this is such a professional response already for a guy who's not even played a regular season NFL game yet, sitting on the season 1 year after an injury. You know he wants to get out there, and you know he would love to say that, yeah, I'm taking my shot, it's my opportunity here, but he understands that it still is going to be a competition no matter who this backup quarterback is going to be for the Minnesota Vikings. There's still opportunities out there for another starter to come into play with the signings that could be made, the free agents that are going to be left, and that's who we're going to be talking about later, and who could also be here. But as we know, JJ McCarthy has been very, very vocal about wanting to earn the opportunity and not have it given to him. And that's what this Vikings team, I do believe, is trying to do here with JJ McCarthy by not telling him that he is going to be taking the ranks. Now, with JJ McCarthy, when he comes into this season this year, we saw last year, he nearly had the starting reins over Sam Darnold, and of course, the injury was a major setback for him, very unfortunate, and ultimately missed the entire season, which led us to a 14-3 year from Sam Darnold, and, really earning that $100 million contract with the Seattle Seahawks. And now, will he be worth it this season without Kevin O'Connell, without this offense? Who really knows? But given JJ McCarthy, it has been his time. We built this team around him, around the contract that he's making right now, that rookie contract, and being able to extend all the players was because we had this plan coming. And with what's happening now, JJ McCarthy, of course, is going to earn this opportunity. The odds of him making this are very likely, and I think that's what Kevin O'Connell and Kwesi Adofo-Mensah know as well. They don't want to guarantee anything just in case anything crazy happens, but they want him to be given this opportunity as well and being work into it, not going out here and simply just making this happen because he is now going to be the guy. But we know there's going to be backup signing. There's going to be some other quarterback signings made, and we've had discussions with, first of all, Joe Flacco, a guy who's a veteran, 40 years old, coming into this team to be a mentor and a backup that can still ball out for JJ McCarthy, giving him that opportunity to take the reins, still have that safety net of a backup quarterback in Joe Flacco. But I think more importantly, Joe Flacco, Super Bowl MVP, his career, what he's been able to do, even at this age of 40, still being able to compete. And although he's not playing on the greatest team, putting him in a scenario where he can ball out, I think that's exactly what the Vikings need to do. That's one option that we've been seeing, and another one also being Ryan Tannehill, someone that, I'm not the biggest fan of saying that he won't mentor any young quarterback, and Malik Willis is what happened in Tennessee. Now, a very different scenario for him. He's not going to be a starting quarterback anymore. Taking last year off, he acknowledges that, and I think it's going to be a big thing as well. But having these players out there, players that have had success in their career, players that have had, in Joe Flacco's case, playoff success in their career, having these guys still available in free agency, I think it's still just a heads up to JJ McCarthy that's saying, hey, these guys have experience. These guys have been here. These guys have done that. They're still going to be able to play if I'm not ready. And I think that's why they want JJ McCarthy to still prove that he's able to be that starting quarterback, that he's ready, and really, I think, avoid fear of that injury that he recently had. And of course, it's almost about a year now, a little bit under a year. When we get to, the training camp and everything, that's when we're going to actually have that year mark. And of course, we don't know if that is all fully healthy. Reports are saying there is. JJ McCarthy said he's feeling 100%, which is obviously great, but as I've mentioned in numerous videos prior, is that when you have an injury of this case, you need to actually get into game action to be able to see if this will hold up, if this will be fine. And I think that's what the Vikings are waiting for. Obviously, he is 99% going to be taking the reins of this team, but there still is that 1% of uncertainty that a lot of people are just having fear more than questioning his abilities, because we know that JJ McCarthy can come in here and have success with this team. The way this team is built, the way that everything has been structured for this team is meant for a quarterback like JJ McCarthy, and that's why we've seen Kwesi Adofo-Mensah make these moves. Because when we look at this offense, It is a fantastic team. There's no doubt about that. We saw what this offense had done, of course, with with Sam Darnold, a quarterback who coming into the season last year, there's a lot of uncertainty. Really having no success in his career apart from the couple games he played with the 49ers. But now looking at this team, having it better than it was last season by adding Jordan Mason, a guy who likely will pop up to second in the depth chart. Maybe one if Aaron Jones does get hurt, and hopefully he doesn't. Second full season in his career last year for that. But also adding to this offensive line, building this for JJ McCarthy, giving him more time, bringing back Aaron Jones, a guy who has been such a quarterback-friendly running back for the Packers, for the Vikings, and having him his ability to also catch the ball is huge for this. A Jordan Mason, a guy that really took over the reins for Christian McCaffrey when he got hurt last year, and now having JJ McCarthy, and as you see, no backup there on this depth chart. It really does seem like this is going to be the plan for the Vikings. They're building for this, and they're, of course, really putting this out there saying that, you are our number one quarterback, you're going to be starting, but we can't say for certain, which, of course, is fair enough. You don't want to fully commit to the kid if you're not 100% confident, even if they are 99.99% confident that he will. You can't simply just go out there and say yes. Now, when we do also look at the free agents available at quarterback, there are still a few names here that could potentially start on many NFL teams. Now, if this is going to be the Vikings, questions are being raised there. We don't really know, but a lot of backup available players. But when we look at a guy like Aaron Rodgers, the Vikings have said that they're not looking at him right now, but if things could progress towards the end of the free agent season and, beginning of the regular season, and he's still not signed, maybe they do make a move. I'm not saying they will. Of course, right now, so far, it's absolutely not. But we've been seeing the reports saying that for the time being, it is no for Aaron Rodgers, but not counting the door out completely. There's, of course, guys like Carson Wentz, who is not really a starter material anymore, but still has been able to play good backup, solid backup, as well as Joe Flacco, Ryan Tannehill, the guys that are really backups. Or Russell Wilson is another one that likely will not be a Vikings quarterback, but is a starter. And once again, the same situation with Aaron Rodgers. If the season does progress down to it, we may see uncertainty with JJ McCarthy by some means in this offseason. Russell Wilson is an option down there as well. So I think it's going to be just a matter of waiting and seeing. But really, looking at this now, looking at the way that JJ McCarthy's been here, he is our starting quarterback. And of course, with the 15 million cap space, 15 overall cap space and 30 million left, the Vikings still have room to make some moves, and really that means going out and acquiring anybody left in free agency. So it is a matter of time until we see what happens, but I do fully suspect we see JJ McCarthy as that number one quarterback next season. Let me know what you think in the comments below. But the quote from JJ McCarthy here that I pulled up first, still very interesting surrounding this whole situation. Obviously, he don't want to be told that he's being quarterback one. He wants to earn it. I think that's what the Vikings are planning on doing here with this as well. But let me know what you think about that in the comments below. But that's all I got in this video. If you did enjoy, give it a like, hit the sub button as well. But I'm signing up. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day. See you later.